Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to do a rewind of 2020. So this year has been such a transformative year for me. I feel like everything has clicked into place and I've gotten things exactly when I needed them. And it's just been one of those years where I kind of have my hands off the wheel and God and the universe is figuring everything out for me, and it's just all clicking into place for different things. It's just been really amazing to watch it all fold into some kind of canvas and some kind of thing where you can actually see a bigger picture. So I am excited to share that with you. January, my son got ear tubes in. So that was pretty tough last year, watching him go through ear infection after ear infection, and nobody would refer us. It was like pulling teeth trying to get somebody to refer us to a doctor. We had to wait for the appointment because they were backed up, and then they scheduled us for surgery immediately, but then that was backed up as well, so we had to wait for a cancellation, and I think they booked us out a few months before they could even do the surgery. Luckily, we got a cancellation, and he was able to get them in January. I was also going through mediation at the time during my separation. I also started working at Valley Oaks Health as a case manager for people experiencing homelessness. I work in PATH, which is the part that kind of client acquisition. So we go out and find people and we try to connect them to resources that they might need. So we just sit down with a person and we get them to tell us their whole story and everything that we need. And we do whatever we can to try to fill those needs for them. I love my work. I feel like I was built for it, and I love the people that I work with. February, I moved from Indianapolis to Lafayette, Indiana. I have a brother and sister-in-law here, and also a sister and brother-in-law here, and loads of nieces and nephews. Well, one niece, loads of nephews. So it's really exciting for me to be here. Part of that though was tough because as I moved into my apartment, I was away from my son for 2 weeks while I was getting childcare set up and everything else set up. At the end of February, he was able to move up with me, which was absolutely amazing. Shortly into March, Indiana got a shelter-in-place order, and so I was stuck working from home. Luckily, I did not lose hours or my job. I can't say the same for many people, so I was very fortunate to have that. I also tried refilling my prescription of Plaquenil, which is hydroxychloroquine, which was all over the news and you guys probably know about, and I was unable to. I waited a few weeks before I called my rheumatologist to see if the pharmacy could get it in. They were not able to get it in, and then they said that there was a indefinite supply lag with that, just with everything that was going on with COVID, and different doctors were recommending to use that drug. My rheumatologist bumped me down from 200 milligrams a day to 100 milligrams a day, which she had already been talking about doing since I was in remission, and so she went ahead and did that. I got to the point where I had 19 days left on that half dose. And then in April, I was able to get that refilled. So now I have like much too much. So it's great. I'm good there. Also, she decreased my CellCept. So I went down from 2,000 milligrams a day to 1,500 milligrams a day. And I had to kind of rebalance with that. That was for my kidney disease. My work also started staffing a COVID shelter, which was a place where people could go who didn't have a place to stay, who needed to be quarantined because they either had a positive test or they were waiting for test results. So I got to be a part of that, and it was really great. May and June were pretty much the same. It was a lot of running around trying to be safe and still do my job. And also during that time, it became clear that Leo's speech was significantly delayed and his social behaviors because of that too. I tried a lot of things, saw a couple doctors, and we got him tested for several things. And my main concern was autism, although it came back as just speech apraxia. Speech apraxia is when you're intelligent, you can understand what you want to say, however, the words coming from your brain don't make it to your mouth correctly. That goes in line very well with Leo because he knows a lot of things, but he needs to be reminded pretty often on how to say certain words. Most words, I would say. July, I started my @TorieBrame Instagram, which is public Instagram, which I'm on more than my original Instagram. That was exciting to get started with promoting different projects that I was going to start up in the following months. I also sent the book I had written in 2017 to a couple of people who are going to read over it and edit certain things and send me back their thoughts. In August, that was crazy busy for me as well. On a personal level, I started an Etsy shop. I also was able to monetize my YouTube, which is really exciting for anybody starting out on YouTube. Also during that time, my doctor ran a few blood tests and it came back that my white cell count had absolutely tanked. So that was something to be pretty concerned about. She didn't feel like I needed any kind of immediate intervention other than decreasing my cell sept again. So I went down from 1,500 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams on that. September, I started my lupus videos on my YouTube, which I am so excited about. I just started with my camera on my phone in my living room, and I'm still in my living room, but I have a better camera now, so I'm really excited to be doing those. I also participated in a couple of photo shoots, which were super fun for me. October, I had the opportunity to leave the apartment I was in and rent out this house, which is actually owned by my brother, and his tenants had moved out, and so he gave me the opportunity to move in if I wanted to. However, my lease was up next February, and so I was able to have the money and buy out my current lease so that I could move in here. So that was kind of a crazy hectic month, but it all worked out and I was able to move into this house, which is so great. I also turned 30. I'm 30 now, which is really exciting. I've wanted to be 30 for a very long time, and I'm definitely one of those people that enjoys their birthday. Like, I think I'm gonna be 85 and be like, yeah, 85. 30 was actually a pretty big milestone for me as well, just because of lupus. And I, for so long with my different diagnoses and the different things that I was going through, I didn't know if I would ever see 30. So every single year I'm more and more excited to see come in, especially feeling as good as I do now. So November, I was able to move into the house. My son was part of different speech programs that he was working on pretty hard. One of those ended as part of the Purdue semester. And then December came around and I was actually promoted from case manager to team leader at my job. So I'm actually going to be over several case managers now, which I'm really excited about, and I'm going to start that next January. Actually, just a couple weeks from now. So that's gonna be really fun. Also, I had a rheumatologist appointment this week, Monday. It was Monday that I had that appointment. She said everything looks great and I'm still in remission, and she wants to see me in 4 more months, but she said everything looks fine and she has every reason to believe that my flares are gone and we can continue weeding me off of everything that I'm on. So that was my year, and I am so excited to see 2021 come into the picture. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you guys. Leave me a comment, leave me a like, and I will talk to you later. See ya.